Hey there guys, welcome back to Danganronpa 2. Goodbye Despair. Last time we investigated this whole area. This time we're going to try and investigate the other 3 areas that are involved. I don't know what we'll get through them, because obviously I don't know what will be involved in each of the relevant areas. So first of all, I am going to go to the hospital. Why the hospital? Because this is the one I'm most familiar with. And so I feel like that one it will require the least analysis. Because I want to end on a high note. I want to end on the stuff that, will really make me think. Let my mind work. Interesting. What? Didn't Sonia say she was going with Chiaki? Now she's not here. I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days. Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yes, I didn't make any weird modifications. It's not like I'm supposed to... Okay. Can you get this from that shady-looking alley where all the machines were lined up?
Right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Those are surveillance camera units. That's what transmits signal to the hospital from those cameras too.
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed by the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen with the music venue monitor.
Hey.
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage of the music venue, vice versa. But, again, it's a question of, does it have to be live? However, each surveillance camera unit manages to broadcast on a specific number. So if you bring the same model camera monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal.
Huh?
However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them to increase the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we would have been able to use it. Anything weird about the camera? Nope, nothing.
Hajime.
There's something I want to ask you. You first got to Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? Why'd you go to the music video? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with the camera?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions. Okay, so it can't record. That's interesting.
Hey.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in the surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage, and there was a black curtain hanging like there is now. But the whole display was pretty dark, as they were just using candlelight. There was a rope hanging from the ceiling. Beneath that, there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because the face was covered, but now I know that must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder without any hesitation. She climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed the rope and... well, that's all I saw. Kind of like being used must have snuffed out or something, because the scene went dark and all of a sudden it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, yeah, if the candlelight goes out, obviously that's going to show up. Why don't surveillance cameras have infrared functions so things can still show up even in the dark? What I got for the machine alley was a really old model.
Well?
At the time, you said that you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right? You didn't know it was her, but you saw that she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try and stop her. Yeah, but I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed up the stepladder on her own, maybe she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? You guys are forgetting that she was super suggestible. What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. You don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Of course you don't. There's no way she'll be able to figure it out that easy. She looks so mad. I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. Akane, what are you doing here? I just saw you in the other place.
Now then.
I'm finally getting back to my normal self.
Alright!
Hajime, help me out on the recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. What? Yeah, no thanks. She wouldn't be better when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if I was still feeling the out. She was feeling the after effects. She beat me up if I said that out loud, though. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey, hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. So I might as well keep wearing one. Well, she's not at the moment. Don't tell me you can keep hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. So there's one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there might be more in the empty rooms.
Yo!
Yeah, that's right. Yuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. And no choice then, I should just use Nagito's. It's unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Yeah, what happened to the gown she was wearing? So much wear one I already wore? That's gross. Wearing clothes someone else is wearing is even grosser.
Like,
Sometimes with Dilly, I totally left Makan back at the music venue. Isn't that Ibuki's room, though? Why would you not check Ibuki's room? That seems suspiciously dumb. And here's number 4. Which is where I would think Nekomaru would be. I've sure never found him there. So she's in the conference room. I can't go in this room. Anything in the on-call room that's relevant? Medical equipment and nursing tools. There's a lot of other medical stuff here too. It looks like it's used to store equipment. Doesn't look like there's much of anything in here. Okay, nothing in here. It's pitch. I can't even see anything. Where's the switch?
hey,
Don't turn it on. Chucky, are you there?
cuz
Turn on the light. It's going to be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What's fully exposed?
hey,
Hajime, if you poke out your eye, you can turn on the light. That's creepy as anything. What? What are you going to do? Are you going to poke them out? I'm not going to poke out my eyes. What's wrong with you?
aww.
That's a creepy side of Chiaki I've never seen before. Maybe she's not best girl. Control fail. There's a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. So my eyes if they start adjusting to the light. I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey, hey.
Were you surprised? Is that same curtain though?
Well,
I got it.
see?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
A black curtain that blocks light. It's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. Is there something wrong with it? I'm still in the mood of investigating, so it's a secret. And there's her. I love her angry face. But what was all that about? Am I being embarrassed if I look and troll fail?
Nope.
I wanted to mess with you. Darn, I thought there would be like something like really relevant here. And after I said there wouldn't be really anything all that important in the hospital, I was like, ooh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something super important in the hospital. Looks like no. But both the theater and the hotel should have areas I've never been able to explore before. So they should contain interesting information. Information that is also interesting. Into the motel. remember inside the room. I tried to several times, it wouldn't let me. Plus, I don't even know where Hiyoko's room is. It'd be fast just to ask someone. Well, Gundam would definitely be the one to ask, he actually stayed here.
So you have appeared.
You're here, right? Come on out. I can see you. Do you really think you'd hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Which room is Hiyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear. You might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. How does this guy talk to his parents and teachers?
Damn right.
Hey, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? The same as I found with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. What? That way you could get the body discovery announcement? I met Chiaki at the motel, and we were able to go back to the music venue. Met up with Bakan and me. When we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey.
This is the most important part. We're at the motel. Who else saw you besides Chiaki? Gundam. Yeah. Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Minomi.
I see.
I see. So, Kazuichi and Sonya didn't appear. That's actually why they were at the top of my list, too. Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like...
Well, Hiyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously, those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but... Alright, let me tell you my alibi, too. In the morning, Monokuma's announcement woke me up. I went straight to the hospital. Someone began panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what was going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split to look for Ibuki?
Well, yeah.
Or we were circling the island. I came to the motel and saw you guys there. See anyone else while you circled the island?
Well...
No, I went to the movie theater in the street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. You imply I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time Bakan and I were out on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her in a pillow with duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. In fact, as Hiyoko was killed, we did discover her body.
Huh?
I actually don't doubt him.
Jeez.
I'm used to it. Sure, I've done things that deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. If you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'm not in advance if I have to do it end up like that. So it's locked, but he has inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this. Alright, I should go inside. So, Hiyoko was staying here. Wow, it looks very gothic and creepy. She's here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my!
How did you get in here, Sonya? Did the door open? Yeah, Hiyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. What? Did something... Are you not going to ask how she's in here? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. This room I've not previously accessed, so I had to look around for Monokuma real quick. Don't see him, though. What are you talking about with your phone? The moment Hiyoko came to the motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of despair disease, and so she was cautious of you guys. Oh, she was afraid of despair disease. She was cautious of you guys too, right? Her fear of disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. What other reason would make her lock herself in the room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Yesterday, I went to go talk to her. So she'd been in her room for some time. I told her she might be good for her to go outside a bit. She left her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that. That sounds super suspicious. And then, I saw it. Hiyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower. But then she could not tie her sash anymore. The hero is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with... That is something I hadn't considered. Well, I considered it very briefly when I saw her kimono was tied from the front, but... She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her... She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Well, she was a dancer, so, like, presentation and elegance is super important to her. Hiyoko told me she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. The Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. But why are you in this room? What did you say?
Hiyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Possibly. You think so?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror?
Oh, that's why it might be her fault.
Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue?
Is there not a mirror in her bathroom?
If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
That was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be.
Hiyoko remembered that? When was this conversation exactly? You saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. That also makes me super more suspicious of Sonia, because Sonia's the only one that would... Oh, at the same time, I don't know when this conversation took place, so it doesn't really make sense that Sonia would be on the lookout for evermore. Hiyoko locked herself in her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Did Sonia know about that before the incident, or was someone listening to your conversation? I never told this to anyone. I don't believe anyone was listening to our conversation. No one knew. Okay, how the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? Well, either because the killer is Sonia, or because the killer was in the hotel and just saw her leave early. Something's wrong. Bed isn't messed up, and it looks super narrow. That's like a couple of, like, maybe a foot or two width. It looked like she was abducted in her sleep. Oh.
No.
I see you there, Kuma Bear. There's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. Okay, that explains that. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. No time so made a mess of her room. I don't think she was forcibly abducted. I couldn't find any important clue. Oh well. Okay, so why the hell did we not ask Sonia how she got in the room? That is so random. I mean, we had to unlock the door and Sonia was already in the damn room. And nobody cared? I doubt there's anything in here. But you know what? Let's check. I'm just going to go through this real quick, because I don't think there will be anything relevant from this section. That's what I figured would happen. Okay. And the theater. In order to find this, imitation movie that everyone's obsessed about. There you are, man.
Hello there.
Hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case. There's a killer who used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched the movie yet.
I see.
Then you really should watch the movie first. Hey, manager, customer's here.
Did you call me? What?
Hajime's the customer? Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
You said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what Tsunadre Hajime looks like, then you're a really tough guy. I am sure I mispronounced that. I've seen that word before, but I've never actually had reason to pronounce it. You're so devoted to being Tsunadre, you even brought a Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million! Huh? You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching the movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker! Come on, so we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nikito? Well, actually, in exchange for not watching the movie, if I now see the movie, the deal's off. You violated the contract. Boom! This is a Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. See? It's this one!
That's...
You bought this for $1.5 million? Hey, Nikito, I asked you if you would have, like, you know, if someone offered you money in order to not watch the movie, and you said you would pay the money. And in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie! Who cares about... Just hurry up and give me my invitation ticket.
Here!
It'd be hilarious if he is like, okay, it'll be $1.5 million! It says the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give one ticket per person. You only have one chance to watch it for free. I already stamped today's date on the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it, okay?
Well then I'll go prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey.
At the invitation, I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Alright, so just think of it as a protective charm. You are so random, Nagito. So there's Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So yeah, that was obviously used to cover her head. Tote bag is gone, that means.
What's this?
You interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
It's already sold out!
You're so...
There's no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something to reveal who the killer is. So the killer bought it. I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person.
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another for free. It's common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off.
well now.
I should figure I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
The preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait! I can't...
Alright, let's see this thing. Dum doo da doo. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Minomi 2.5D will be screening shortly. Try alone, I have a bad feeling. The 2.5D, that sounds so half-assed.
Well then, please relax and enjoy the film.
Alright.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
Well, they should get it on more.
One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise.
I kind of like the style of this movie, actually. It's hilarious.
And was whisked away to Monami's country.
But Monami didn't exist until Monokuma made her out of Asumi. Or Usami.
Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard, Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
I guess that was,
He also met a Monami
Hiyoko.
tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful.
interesting. That's the green wizard, so that's actually supposed to be the Wicked Witch.
Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her.
And that's why we're on this island.
With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he lived happily ever after. The end.
I would definitely not pay $1.5 million in order to not watch that. Phew. Man, movies are the best! That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues. One for each head.
So,
Let's meet again at the class trial.
bye.
Disgusting even look at the thought of Sai right now. That's all I can say to describe this situation. What? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That's honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie? Well, if there's that movie, now you know, right? It's like you said, the characters who were killed in the movie matched the victims of the case. Movies up by hanging matched the scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too, although she wasn't pumped full of arrows.
But
We've been complete imitation that the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Those killers upset about that right now, or just main goal is just imitation murder. They should be upset about it, but I'm not sure that's even true. All right.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
It's already time. So, this again. Need to go to that place again. And now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims. In order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. Okay, so before I end the episode, let me give my thoughts on the case. I don't have a very clear understanding, and maybe I will think of it differently. So I still absolutely think that Ibuki just... Well, why did Ibuki go to the theater is the first question. Because yes, the big problem I have with this case is that someone had to know Hiyoko was there, and the only one who would have known Hiyoko was going to be there was Sonia. But Sonia had absolutely no reason to know Ibuki was coming. I mean, we basically have two isolated areas. And one person from each area went there, but there's no person communicating with both sides. So, let's just... I'm very, 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 very sure that... I wonder if someone could have told Ibuki to kill Hiyoko, because Ibuki's, like, the blood around is definitely from Hiyoko. Again, there's a thick paper, like, covering in order to make the room, like, completely light-proof. But again, then how did we take the video? Because the thing was smashed on the other side of the paper. That also doesn't make sense because the rope was hanging. Okay. Ugh. We never figured out what this was. Strange blob that was stuck to where the music video doors touched each other. But we never found out what it was really, other than it was something they used in hardware. Let's just look at alibis real quick. I don't think it can be Makan. For a while, I actually did consider that it was possible it could be Makan, because I thought that that video could be pre-recorded, which is certainly possible. And whoever it was should be someone that was inside, and Makan was... Well, Makan wasn't definitely outside. I'm really, really bothered by the fact that Sonia was inside of Hiyoko's room despite not having a key, and that was never, ever, ever discussed. I will think about this some more. My biggest issue and problem is that I feel like it has to be someone from the hotel. Makan did not have time. Neither Makan or, me or Fuyuhiko actually had the ability to get in there and stage the scene. Me and Fuyuhiko were definitely outside at the time. We're definitely outside and bursted in, and it's a locked room case. It's possible Makan got in there, and Makan would be the only one that would necessarily know that raising the temperature would make it impossible to determine time of death. But my big issue with Makan is that I know she was in the hospital at the time Ibuki was killing herself. And while she could have told Ibuki to go hang herself in the other room, she had absolutely no possible way to know so that she could go over there and kill Hiyoko. I want to say my guess as of this moment, make sure I'm not forgetting someone, but I want to say it's Kazuichi. Because he was super hot, which makes sense if he was, like, locked in there. So I don't feel like it could be Nagito, because Nagito was conscious, but in bed at the time we left. So I know he couldn't have been necessarily over there. And for him to, like, get out of bed, plus he was still under the liar's disease at that time. Which actually that works in his favor for being a killer, because he definitely, well, I don't know. Obviously he isn't Byakuya. Can't be Gundam, because he was outside at the time. So does my likely scenario, only because a lot of this has to deal... in order for this to really make sense and for time to have worked, and all of the evidence indicates that the murders were done in the opposite order they were shown, but the body was hidden, that requires someone to have been in there and hidden in there, and Soda definitely could have messed with the recorders in order to delay the broadcast or something, and he's really the only one that would have been capable of doing that, so Soda's my primary suspect. Nikamaru, we have not seen. I have to assume that he is still, in recovery. I do not think there's any real possible way he could be the killer, because he hasn't even come up in the investigation. There's no way I could guess that. Fuyuhiko, also definitely outside the time we broke in, so can't be the one who was staging or who was, hanging up Hiyoko's. That's the other problem. What is the point of hanging up Hiyoko's body afterward? Because whoever it was had no real way of knowing that I'd run over there. Unless, again, Soda was delaying the broadcast. Akane, possible. But again, we have the problem of Akane has no reason to think that Hiyoko is heading that way. That's why Soda and Sonia are my top two for sure. Chiaki can't be Chiaki. Can't be the dead people. Alright, and I've already talked about Makan. So that's what I'm thinking. We'll find out whether I'm right or how far off I am in the trial, and I'll try and get a better idea of the actual order of the crime and what actually occurred between now and next episode. Not gonna try and figure it out in real time. That doesn't work. See you next time.